If you have a difficult relationship with your body, odds are year-round you're feeling not so great at best about your body. But you know when it gets really particularly hard is in the summertime. You are in smaller clothes, you're spending time maybe on lakes and beaches, and it's hot and you want some coolness. But then what happens? Your body is out and exposed, and that can feel scary and overwhelming and really uncomfortable. And that usually leads to us feeling like we need to change, or you need to change your body shape and size in order to feel better. But that's not what I am here to talk about, or what I would encourage you to do, because of the harm and impact that can be caused in the intentional pursuit of weight loss. This often leads to disordered eating patterns. It leads to your body not getting its needs met when it comes to nourishment, and so many other mental and physical things that happen when we pursue weight loss. Now, does this mean that all of a sudden we just say, okay, I feel great and everything's resolved because we're feeling uncomfortable in our body? No. And because of this, I want to talk about some things that you likely will notice if you're having a difficult time with your body image in the summer, and some things that you can do to navigate this. I want to offer you a couple strategic tips for you to implement in the summertime to help you feel just a little bit better and at ease. But before we dive into things, let me introduce myself. My name is Catherine Metzelaar. I'm a registered dietitian, certified intuitive eating counselor, here to help you create peace with food and your body, so that all of it takes up less headspace and you can live your life with more joy, abundance, and freedom. If you want more information about this and you are on your own food and body healing journey, make sure to subscribe to my newsletter below. I offer weekly newsletters chocked full of information on how to heal your relationship with food and your body, as well as sharing new blog posts and events and all other kinds of great things. So make sure that you like this video, but also subscribe to my newsletter below.
You definitely want to take a listen to this.
Okay, so let's be real. The summertime is a particularly difficult time of year because so much of your body is exposed. Not to mention, we exist in a dieting culture that even before you get to the summertime, there's so much stuff around having a summer body and losing weight in order to be able to essentially participate in activities and wear clothing that allow you to stay cool and comfortable. But because I am not here for that, and I am an anti-diet practitioner, because I know the harm that is done and is caused by dieting and by diet culture, that leaves us then feeling like, okay, then what do? I feel uncomfortable in the summer and I don't like my body, so what's next? But before we dive into some practical tips around ways to make yourself more comfortable and improve your body image during the summertime, I want to offer you something that's important to consider, which is that you are feeling discomfort in the summertime. It is hot, you are sweaty, you're probably experiencing chafing in some part of your body, your armpits, in between your legs, and other parts of your body. You're sticky, you're uncomfortable. And so there's a lot of discomfort that's happening in your body that's completely separate from your body size and the fat on it. Now, why is this important in the context of summertime and body image? This is because oftentimes, while this is not exclusive to being hot in the summer, but oftentimes when we feel discomfort in our body, our first thought is that it's our body's fault. It's our body's fault, and therefore, if we lost weight and changed the shape and size of our body, then all of it would be resolved. Now, we know that that's not true. We know that people in all size bodies experience sweat, experience discomfort, and that the size of our body does not protect us from feeling discomfort in our body. Sometimes conversations about body image and about body size can be tricky because what we're wanting to do is both honor your experience and also honor that there are all kinds of things that you're holding on to that were never yours to begin with, that were taught to you and that you've been influenced by existing in diet culture. I always want you to know, though, that anytime I am offering education or different ways of thinking about things, this does not mean that I am dismissing your suffering. Your pain is very real, and your relationship with your body is also very real. and the ways in which your relationship with your body and your body image stops you from living a full, beautiful life is also very real. I want this to no longer take up as much headspace for you, and for you to feel a greater sense of freedom and liberation from the things that you've been told about your body and the ways in which that impacts you. And there is so much richness there for us to explore together. So now let's talk about 3 things that you can do to help your body image in the summertime so that you can feel a little bit better, because summertime is so hard. The first thing is, I want you to buy clothes that you feel comfortable in. Now, there's a caveat here that there's a lot of privilege in me saying to you to go out and buy clothes that feel comfortable for you. Monetary privilege, not everybody has the money to do that, and you might not. And also size privilege. There are many people, and this might be the case for you, that cannot walk into stores and buy clothes, or the clothes that might be available are very limited and or very expensive, or both. So I realize and I'm aware that there's nuance here. But if you are a person that has access to the ability to be able to buy clothes and or can look online for a range of different sizes, this is something that's going to be crucial to your body image in the summertime. Does this mean that it's going to magically make you feel 100% better? No, but there is nothing worse than wearing clothes that no longer fit you, that are from last summer or many summers before when you were dieting and restricting and trying to control your body shape and size, that leads you to feeling even worse about your body, because too tight clothes end up drawing even more attention to your body in a way that often doesn't feel good. In addition to that, again, if you have access to certain kinds of clothes, wearing clothes that are breathable, like linens, loose clothes, things that get the air moving and can keep it moving. The second thing is pay extra close to the frequency of body checking. Body checking is simply the act of checking your body to see if it is okay. And by that, I mean some examples of it are weighing yourself, looking at yourself in the mirror, checking yourself in the reflection of a window when you walk by, checking yourself through photos, through other people, saying, do I look fat? How does this look? All examples of body checking. When we feel worse and more anxious about our body, the tendency for body checking is to go up. You will start to notice more body checking behaviors. The curious thing about this, though, is that the more we start body checking, the worse that we actually feel about our relationship to our body or our body image. So the hope and thought, it happens really quickly. The hope and thought when we body check is, I'm gonna feel better. I'm just gonna check. I'm gonna go check the mirror. I'm just gonna look in that window really quickly when I'm walking by it. But guess what happens? The majority of the time when you check, you end up feeling worse afterwards. And this just repeats the cycle, and it can often feel really compulsive and hard to stop. So pay attention to your body checking behaviors and really try to limit them. It feels hard, but you can do it. Try to limit the amount of body checking that you are doing. That might mean looking less at the pictures that you're taking. It might be intentionally not looking at every single mirror you pass, or when you're walking down the street, not checking the windows when you walk by them. Pay attention to your body checking, because this will leave you feeling worse the more that you're doing it in the summertime. And speaking of mirrors, the third thing is related to paying attention to how you are interacting with the mirror. Look, I know you and me, we need to check the mirror sometimes to see how something looks, if the color is right, if it matches with something. But I'm gonna guess that your time spent in front of the mirror isn't just about you checking to see if something is matching. You likely are spending too much time in front of the mirror and you're picking apart the different parts of your body. And I also likely can assume that something that's very common that you're experiencing is that you look at the mirror and you don't see your whole body, you zoom to very specific parts of your body. And this happens definitely in the summertime, seeing that more of your body is exposed. For example, arms are out, maybe you can see your stomach more visibly because you can't cover it up, you can see your legs, you can see essentially all parts of your body. And that can feel really scary and not good and overwhelming. So When you're in front of the mirror, my tip to you is to really try to zoom out and not spend a lot of time in there. Do not spend more than a minute, and I would say ideally no more than 30 seconds in front of the mirror, and really try to zoom out when you are arriving to it in your summer clothes to check to see maybe before you leave the house if things are matching and okay, but don't stay in front of the mirror too long. The longer you stay, often the worse things get. And as you're zooming out, you're taking a look at the entirety of your body and not picking at certain parts of your body, which makes things worse. This is just the tip of the iceberg in regards to tips that I have for you around body image, and in particular in the summertime. So if you want more from me, if you want me to offer you more tips on how to support you and your body image in the summertime, make sure you comment below, subscribe to my channel, click like to this video, and I'll see you back here soon.